We are talking with members of the FFA this month, and this time it's the Mulhall-Orlando FFA chapter. Some of them got some serious experience. Jason, Layson, Kaysen Larman, how are you?
I'm great. How are you,
Alan? I'm doing awesome. President, you've been here like how many years?
This will be my third year.
That's what I thought. What is going on this year, your senior year, right?
Well, yeah.
Are you a senior?
A lot, yeah. There's a lot going on. I have a lot of speech competitions I'm going to be going to here in the spring. I'm going to be hauling around 2 different speeches. That's a lot for me. Got some agri-science experiments I'm going to be testing out. Some CDE competitions, vet science, showing and stuff. Got a lot this year.
Now, agri-science experiments. I'm a farm kid. That's always the kind of things that would get me in trouble back in the shed or in the barn. What are we actually talking about experiments? What are you doing?
So a lot of the times there's a lot of different divisions there is. I'm in the natural resources division.
Okay.
I'm testing out to see if deer are going to prefer non-organic or organic wheat seed.
Okay.
I'm going to document all the results of everything that's happening, and then I got to sort through all these photos, record the data, and then after that, we'll present it at the state competition in Stillwater.
So this study that you're doing could literally be used by agri-scientists legitimately. So is it trying to create wheat that's deer resistant so they won't eat the wheat, or what's the idea behind it?
So it's more of like a social study for deer. I kind of want to see if deer are also wanting to prefer. Are they going to prefer, if it's really organic wheat seed, is it going to make much of a difference compared to non-organic?
So then we're talking about scientists doing a study, biologists and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
You could have that study printed. It might be something really cool.
Might go in a paper somewhere.
Somewhere. So what are you going to be doing after high school? What's your game plan?
I think I'm going to be an ag education major. I'm going to try and give back to FFA and see if I can teach anywhere in Oklahoma. I'd like to stay in my state and kind of give back to the organization that raised me and got me to where I am today.
Promise you, in 4 or 5 years, Mr. Larman will be bringing the class. It'll be you. Yeah.
Might be.
That's a cool thing. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. The Mulhall-Orlando FFA. All right, man. Thanks so much. Up next, we have Willie Schoonover visiting with us from the Mulhall-Orlando FFA. What year are you?
I am also a senior.
You're also a senior, and you're the secretary this year.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what's going on with you.
Oh, kind of a lot of same thing with Kaysen. I give a bunch of speeches, and I show livestock, and I'm also on the vet science team with Kaysen, our CDE team.
Excellent. Vet sciences and all of the different things. What's been the coolest thing for you in the FFA all these years? The thing you're like, man, that was so fun or so neat. Maybe it's this year.
Shoot, this summer we had a really fun. I had a really fun time. We went to Washington D.C. For a leadership conference, and like people from FFA kids from every state kind of showed up, and we had a good time meeting people and learning all the history that's in Washington D.C.
So this allowed you to come from little old Oklahoma out, and even though you're right along I-35, it's still a small town. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they thrust you into Washington, D.C. While you were there, what all did you get to see?
We got to see multiple things. We saw, like, the Martin Luther King Memorial. We went on this night tour that toured us a bunch of memorials and all that. We went to all the Smithsonian museums, and it was really fun.
For me, the size of Abraham Lincoln's feet still blow me away. Yeah, it's like, crazy. Holy crap, that's a huge statue. After high school, what's your game plan?
I plan on attending OSU and majoring in animal science and going to the pre-vet program.
Awesome. So, 6-7 years now, you'll be a veterinarian somewhere?
Yeah, hopefully a food animal veterinarian, which includes hogs and sheep and cattle and all that.
Very cool. You don't stay around the Oklahoma area, northern Oklahoma, or what do you?
Well, I think I'll probably stay around Oklahoma for a little bit, but my big dream is to kind of move to Montana up by Yellowstone. And
wow. Yeah. You know it gets really cold up there.
I'm a big cold fan.
Okay,
I'd rather be cold than hot.
Yeah, she's going to be a veterinarian in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. You watch. It'll happen. Man, I appreciate you, Willie, and thanks for coming and visiting us with the multiple times. It's been fun watching you grow up a little bit, and come back and see us, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. And up next, from the Mulhall-Orlando FFA, we have Jace Taylor. How are you?
I'm pretty good today.
What year are you in?
This is my 3rd year. I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore. And what's your office?
I'm the reporter.
You're the reporter. So what are you going to report on when you get back to Mulhall-Orlando school, what will your report look like?
This very interview right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you could talk about it?
Yes,
Has
sir.
it been good so far?
Yeah.
Of course, it hasn't even started yet, so we'll wait till the interview's over for you to decide if it was a good one or not, okay?
That's probably a good idea.
All right, so what have you been doing in the FFA? I'm just messing with you a little bit.
I've been showing goats.
Okay.
I started in 4-H doing that and continuing in FFA. And I'm also trying ag mechanics. This will be my 3rd year.
Awesome.
That contest is actually in the next week or so.
Very cool. Tell me about the goats first.
Well, I started showing goats in 4-H, and it's something I've done since I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and just continued it into FFA, and something I kind of enjoy doing.
Is it a money-making endeavor for you, or is it simply a project? Has it gotten to the point where you're like, hey, this is lucrative?
It's more of just a project.
Okay. Ag mechanics, what all is going on with you there?
You kind of just make a project, use welding and stuff like that. Make your own project, then we have contests, and you can interview at those contests, and then hopefully win.
Yeah, what's your project this year? Can you
This year
divulge
I'm
that
making
secret?
No, this year I'm making a deer blind that'll raise up, and it's on
Yeah.
a trailer, it'll raise up, something like that.
Very cool. So you'll be able to pull it out to the spot, raise it. When you're
Yep.
done using it, you get to take it back, put it in the shed, and use it next year at some
Exactly
other spot.
like that.
That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So you're sophomore, right?
Yes.
So what, you going to be president by the time you're the senior?
I hope so.
Is that the goal?
That's the goal.
All right, Jace. Man, thank you for coming in. I look forward to seeing you next year here in the KOFM studios.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.